Hello guys, welcome back to class with Tina Wilfred. It's been a long time on the channel and I don't know if I should say I'm sorry about that, but let's say it's simply because I've been quite busy for a long period of time. Even my trades has been more of swing trading just to enable me to be able to do some other things that I have at hand. And somehow I think I'm a little bit free. I've not like pushed any content as regards educational content. The beginner series I started, I've not done any content or any video on that for the past, I don't know if it's 17 days now from what I'm seeing on my YouTube studio. And of course today, I've decided to talk about my trade since then, because the fact that I've not showed up here does not mean that we've not been working or I've not been doing something. Of course, I've just been putting all of it together so that I talk about it once. Okay, so let's quickly look into the trades I've taken on GBPJPY since this period. Yeah, because I've not like been so active on gold. Gold has been, I don't know, it hasn't really respected the levels. You notice that I've been marking one or two things on gold for a while now, but it has not really been respecting the levels. So I'm more like on the sidelines when it comes to gold, because I really want to see it do something that will trigger me to take action. Of course, you know that when you come to the market, you don't predict, you actually react. You can mark your levels, and there's little to nothing you can do about what the market will do next. So you just go with the flow of what the market is showing you. You react to whatever the market is showing you. So as a matter of fact, I've not been able to get anything on gold. But if you ask me, I would say that gold is currently bearish, and I'm hoping for gold to this, because there's a strong order block around here. Let's see the daily time frame. I've actually been taking a closer look at it. Price is currently reacting from this very order block. You see it already filled this FVG, and you can see an engulfing bar, and price is reacting strongly from that level. So the chances of price coming back to this place very slim. I don't see price doing anything like that, right? So that's why, while some people are expecting that price should buy back up, but everybody knows gold to be a buying pair, I am not expecting anything of that nature. I'm expecting price to keep reacting from these bearish zones. You see, it has reacted from here. It has also reacted from this FVG you're seeing here too. So let's see what price will do. We all know that gold is not really very good with selling. You can see what has been happening since. It's very good with buying. So that's why it's as if I'm like on the sideline. But for this period of time, GBPJPY has kept me quite busy. Whatever it is that gold is doing is also what BTC is doing to me currently. So I decided to take a break. I promise you. I decided to. You see what BTC USD is doing. Of course, it's crypto, so um I don't do much. I just analyze and expect price to. Of course, I've always known that price is bearish on BTC USD, and I was expecting it to come, fill in this level for me, but you see where it stopped. It actually stopped here. And of course, what price is after is liquidity, so we don't expect it. It's already tapped the liquidity, which is this, and it started selling down all the while. So I'm no longer expecting it to come to this level, more like it has been invalidated. Okay, so price is currently bearish. We don't know where it wants to react to before it begins to buy again, but generally it's been a very slow movement from price, I promise you. So now on GBPJPY, back to GBPJPY, because I want to tell you how I was able to get my you see, this is the previous trade that I had on GBPJPY, which was the particular trade that I termed my easy trade on GBPJPY. It was a wonderful one. Price just came, gave us this gap, took me straight to profit. Okay, and I had to follow up with the move. Now this is the benefit of actually focusing on few pairs, because you don't get confused. You already know where price stopped, and then there are chances that you also know where price would react from, you understand, the next time. So after that particular trade, I price got to this very level and gave us price gave us this particular range. So I knew that that was my new range to work with. Now look at the pattern that price used. All right, when price tapped into my POI here, that's like before price tapped into my POI here, notice that price first of all gave this range, pulled back into 50% of this range, and gave me a new range that I worked with for the previous trade. Okay, so now price came back, took out the internal range liquidity, and then went ahead to take out the external range liquidity. Now, when price took out the external range liquidity, it gave us this particular range. All right, and when it gave us this range, I knew that that was my new range to work with. And you notice that price came back, pulled back into 50% of the new range. That is this range you're seeing here. Pulled back into 50% of it. And then I knew that the next thing was for price to come out, to come back, take out the internal range liquidity here, and then go back and take out the external range liquidity. Now, why did I not expect price to pull back into 50% and give us a new range like it did here? It's simple. It's simple. That's because when I was looking at this particular, after creating this range, and price came back to pull back into 50%, there was something price did here. Price gave us an order block, a bearish order block that will be needed to, be filled. All right. So that order block, the FVG, the order block that I saw there, made me know that no, price will not be giving us a new range. Do you get? Because normally price shifts structure, okay, pulls back into 50% of that range that it gave us from the structure shift, and then it gives us a new range to work with. That should have been the same thing that would have happened here, but no, that was not what happened because of the bearish order block. So that bearish order block was determined. Now you see, as you can see, let me zoom in properly. See, from the daily time frame, you can see it as an engulfing bar. See, the bearish candle covered the bullish candle you are seeing here. Okay, I'm sorry, because of my positions, they keep popping up and blocking what I'm trying to show. Okay, so that's it. And then where I actually concluded that I'm going to be having a sell was on the 4-hour time frame. Now look at it. This is an order block I always use. It's also an engulfing bar, okay, but an inverse pin bar with an engulfing bar, which is a very short order block that when you see it from the 4-hour time frame and above, you just know that you are in for that trade. Okay, so I was so sure that price was not going to give us another range to work with. This range was going to be the next range. Okay, so that was it. What I did was that I placed my position 2 on this, and to be honest, I got really emotional on this very trade. I was confused as hell because I always felt like, I don't know, I was thinking this is a bearish order block, price is supposed to respect it, but what if price just respects it for a while and then still gives us a new range? So this particular sell confused me, okay? But if I had known, I should have just stuck to the plan on my trading plan and just trade it. If I fail, I fail. But I didn't do it that way. I got confused, and the time that I made up my mind to take the trade, the price already tapped in. So me trying to follow up with the move, I ended up taking a loss. I ended up taking a loss on this very sell trade, okay, which devastated me a lot. I felt so bad about it because you see that it took me out because I didn't join the move. That's why most of the times when I have a setup and I don't join that particular move when I'm supposed to join it, I don't waste my time anymore. I don't try to rejoin the move except there's a clear entry again. Okay, when you just enter a game without plan, then anything that the market does to you, just take it, because that's what it did to me. I didn't respect my plan this time around because you are bound to always, as a trader, you are bound to always flout your own orders. Okay, so that was what happened to me because I allowed my emotions rule me on this particular sell, and of course, price still went to my target. Now, the next time price went back, it came to respect a breaker. Now you see that this is a breaker right here. You see that I marked it a little bit. I wanted to take the trade, but I am not really the type that trades breaker. You know that breaker is more like a continuation pattern. My initial and my original setup started from here. So you see that I already missed that place. Now, this was supposed to be the second chance to join in on this particular trade, but I was no longer in because I had already taken a loss. I marked it and look at it, the price actually still respected it down to the target that I marked for this particular trade. Okay, now there's something that I also noticed. Notice that price came, took out this internal range liquidity, that's the liquidity that it's actually looking for, and then it went back up almost to my entry. Okay, now already that's not even where my profit is at, because I just knew for sure that price would definitely come to this place. Do you get? So if I was actually on this particular trade, had it been I succeeded in getting into this particular trade, I wouldn't have taken profit at this level, because this is where my TP is. This is where my TP is. I wouldn't have taken any profit from here, and it would have had price to go back close back to my entry. But it wouldn't have taken me out, because I would have still been on a break even. And even with that break even, it wouldn't have taken me out. It would have just gone to respect the breaker and still come back and respect my level. That is the TP level. You see, it took it out and even went further again. So I was actually waiting for price to come down to this very POI. I knew that this particular gap that it created, where it took me to profit on my first trade, I knew that this particular level needed to be filled. It needed to be filled, definitely. So I kept my next POI, that is the buy POI here. Okay, now how did I know? Aside from this particular gap here, look at the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame. Okay, now on the daily time frame, it looks like a breaker that needed to be respected, but it already respected it even. Okay, when it pulled back to 50%. So I knew that this place was the gap that needed to be filled. Okay, how did I confirm this gap that needed to be filled? I didn't put my POI here, because I know some people put their POI around here, which would have probably taken them out. It would have taken them out, because look at how far price came before he started buying proper. So anybody that put their POI on top of this breaker here, that person would have missed it. Okay, so that was one thing that I prevented so much for myself. I was able to get a proper positioning from the weekly. The weekly helped me to get a proper positioning for this particular trade. Now take a look at this place, this level. Okay, take a look at this level. I noticed that this particular place, there's a gap to fill. This red candle here, price needed to fill it the way it filled this zone in my previous trade. I knew that price needed to fill it. What did I do? Because of this is a different broker altogether, I had to add another broker to my watch list, which is this particular Gbpjpy. I think the broker is either forest.com or what. That's the broker. So in this broker, notice that there is no gap. There's no gap here. Price did not give us that gap. Look at the daily time frame. You see that the gap that it gave us, it did not give us that type of gap on Forex.com. Notice that it was a full candle, an impulsive candle that it gave us. Okay, so now looking at the weekly time frame, taking a quick look at the weekly time frame, I noticed that what it gave us was an engulfing bar. Now look at it. That's the engulfing, the red candle and the impulsive green candle. Okay, so I just knew that yes, price would definitely come to fill it. Okay, I knew price was definitely coming back to fill that engulfing bar, and then for a proper refined entry, you can use the lower time frame. But what I did was that I wanted to use half of this place, maybe from the engulfing bar, then quite half of it. So that was just like I used half of it. So you notice that was what I used. I used half of it. Okay, and then placed my SL at an invalidation level. That's why I told you that I got a proper positioning on the weekly time frame, because if you don't use this weekly time frame to place your SL, price will most likely take you out. Price will take you out before anything. Do you get? So that's why I did it. And now for my take profit, I was working with the what? This range, the daily range that it gave me, the new range high that it gave me. That is the external range liquidity. That's where my TP was. Okay, that's where my TP was for this particular trade. And you see what price did there? Price came back, swept the internal range liquidity, and what? It tapped into the POI and then went ahead to take out the what? External range liquidity. Let me go back to the Gbpjpy I was working with. This one, I work with this particular Gbpjpy because it's actually in line with the MT5. It aligns with my MT5 broker. Okay, the same gap that is here is on my MT5 broker. That's why I use this particular one. Okay, so now price, my target was this particular range. Okay, and that was the range that I worked with. That's the external range liquidity that I worked with, even though I know that price would be going way beyond that level. How did I know? On the weekly time frame here, on the weekly time frame, you notice that I already marked this resistance level for a very long time. So I know that price will definitely want to be testing this very level again. So now, price taking out this particular level on the daily time frame, I know that the next level that is going to be my subjective target is going to be this particular level. And this place is my objective target, the place I know that definitely price will react. And the moment it hit my TP, price reacted there by rejecting from that very zone. Okay, so I know that the next level is going to be here. Now, what I'm looking for is an entry to carry me to this very place. Okay, that's exactly what I'm looking for on this particular one now. I want a good entry, which I've not got because price has not given any correction or movement yet. Okay, that's how I knew. So now for this, I also use my monthly time frame as well to know what to do on this particular trade. You know that when you are trying to get into a trade, you want to use every confluences possible. That's what gives you confidence on the trade that you are taking. The monthly time frame, this is the monthly candle. Okay, this candle here you are seeing is the monthly candle. So the monthly candle ended up with a rejection, but despite the fact that it ended with this rejection, what did it do? It actually engulfed this inverse pin bar. Oh my god, I don't know if you'll be seeing what I'm doing because of the position tools. So it engulfed the inverse pin bar, this inverse pin bar here. Please look at the cursor. It engulfed it. So I knew that an engulfing candle and then an inverse pin bar, price would definitely, that's an order block. That's a monthly level order block. So I knew that price would definitely come back into it. And for a refined entry, that's why I use the 4-hour, the daily time frame, and the weekly time frame. Okay, so price came in, and then you see, look at what it's doing since then. It has come into that level and then giving us this candle. So we are watching to see how this particular November will end. So we are watching price going back to this range. Okay, so that was basically my trade for this particular setup. This particular setup, I put it up on the 28th of October, and this one here was on the 13th of October. Okay, so it was just yesterday that this particular buy setup got to take profit. So you see the level of patience that I had to apply waiting for this. I maintained one position on this trade and maintained the same risk in my prop account. It's a $5,000 prop account anyway. I maintained the same risk, maintained the same position. I didn't want to enter a second position because I did not even see any reasonable entry. I saw one before, but I missed it. That's the beginning of this place. I missed it. So I needed another clear one, which I didn't get. So I didn't enter another position. All right. So that was it for this particular trade, and I'm officially back to break even on that particular prop account. That is it for this particular video. I just wanted to show you how I was able to get my trade, and I'm hoping that you were able to also pick something from this analysis and how I was able to get my entry for this particular trade. Thank you so much for sticking through. Please do not forget to like, comment on this video, and then subscribe. Most importantly, it's very free for you to subscribe to the channel, but will help me a lot in my growth. Okay, so please don't forget to subscribe, turn on notification as well, so that you'll be the first to get an alert anytime I post a new video. Okay, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day. See you on the next one. Bye.